There's a certain beauty to it, a poetry really. The spider webs cast with dew early in the morning across the soybeans, the hounds bursting out of the soybeans and disappearing. Everything that you might see in a still photograph, 1 minute, 1 second in someone's life. These are the same hills that the Civil War was fought in, how this country started. This is so much a part of that. And intertwined in all of that is fox hunting. Monmouth County Hunt had its origins with Peter Collier in 1885.
Peter Collier, he had his pack of hounds, and they hunted here in New Jersey from Wickatonk all the way down to Lakewood. It started in England because the farmers needed something to help prevent the loss of their livestock. And the wealthy gentlemen of the countryside got together and formed these packs of hounds and went out and hunted fox.
We fox hunt the same way they fox hunted 100 years ago, except the fact that this is a fox chase as opposed to a fox kill.
We don't want to catch them. That's not our purpose. Our fun and enjoyment is in the chase. It's in the finding and the losing and then the finding again and trying to, what they say, account for the fox. In other words, did he go in a hole? Did he get away? I've seen instances where fox has been found. Hounds are far behind him, a field or two behind him. I've seen him come out, cross both fields, go to the edge of the next field, turn around, sit down, and look back at the hounds coming, and just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then he sees it far enough, and then he just trots away. He's having fun, the hounds are having fun, and the fox wins. That's how I look at it. And he's supposed to win. That's the fun of it.
And what's nice about fox hunting is that it's always different. It's never the same. So you never get bored.
It's an extremely exciting sport. If you have a slow day, it's still exciting.
I saw something moving in the field, and clearly the little pointy ears and the big bushy tail, and it was just jumping through the soybeans, so beautiful, and then went into the woods. That made my year.
There's nothing more exciting than to first be able to, view a fox if you're lucky enough to be close enough to the hounds while they're working.
They're really what sets fox hunting apart from horse showing or barrel racing or whatever you do with your horse.
And out there in the hunt field, away from the constraints of the day, it's just pure adrenaline and fun and pleasure.
It sounds cliche, but you have the birds singing and the wind blowing and the wildflowers that are growing.
I've had many moments where you just take a breath and you just can't even believe what you're visualizing. And the leaves are changing colors and they're falling around you, and it's just you and your horse. It's truly amazing. There are definitely some magical moments out here.
I tell people it's therapy, and it's both mental therapy and physical therapy. It mentally washes your mind away, because if you're concentrating on it and enjoying it, you don't think of other things.
And I've learned from these hounds so many things about life in general. You're supposed to live in the moment. They've taught me that.
Having the experience of dealing with a 1,000-pound animal that you cannot communicate with regular language, you've got to get this 1,000-pound animal to do what you want without beating them into it, was really helpful with teenagers. That's what I have to say.
You start to realize that your horse starts to actually gain a lot of respect and trust in the rider. So by the end, when you're all done, you're like, wow, that was well done, And I think with us as people as well, we start to realize our abilities that we have, that maybe on a day-to-day basis we didn't even realize that we could achieve.
I love it for kids. It's a great tool for teaching children self-reliance and confidence and appreciating a horse.
Showing is great. I've done it for a very long time and I enjoy it, but this gives a completely different both break and different type of training to the horse and rider. So it's a different type of fitness, a different level of fitness, being out there, riding around on different terrain, and also gets a different level of confidence for both horse and rider. The things you look at in the show ring don't look so big or scary anymore.
It's not a competitive sport. People are not competing with each other one way or the other about whose horse is prettier or whose horse goes nicer or anything else like that.
There's so much pressure, especially on kids, to always be competing and always be the best, and there's no competition out here. The challenge is, being able to ride and learn and understand the fox and the hounds and everyone's jobs and just have a great day. So what's really great about this club in particular is the ability for adult riders and people new to the sport in general to be able to come out and have a fun day, but also a safe day.
I have met people that say, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I had learned how to do that. Or you think I still can do that. It's something that people don't even realize, yes, you can.
And there's people from all different walks of life. A lot of people think that fox hunting is only people of a lot of money or elitists and so on. It's far from the truth. We've had people with every occupation you can think of, and they all have one thing in common. They love to get on their horses. They love to go fox hunting. And you don't even have to get on a horse. You can come out on foot, and you can walk around. You can car follow.
And we have people that hunt in their 70s and their 80s. There's horses out there for them too. You don't need a specific type of horse to hunt. And so it gives many types of horses a second chance. There's definitely a place for retired standardbreds and thoroughbreds in the hunt field.
We work with the horse rescue people to make sure that we have their support as well for this industry. We are very, very lucky to have our hunt country in the Assunpink Park.
This is really the best hunt in New Jersey, knowing them all. We have over 5,000 acres of beautiful property that belongs to the state with 3 lakes on it and hills and fields, and it's ideal territory.
And I think the club is like the diamond in the rough. It just, it sparkles here in the middle of all this.
It is a form of conserving, and it is a reason and a use for that land in a way that lets you really touch base with the nature that we've so lovingly pursued.
Fox hunting in general, and certainly maintaining a pack of hounds, is something that has a historic value. George Washington was one of the first fox hunters in the United States.
The rules of etiquette are the same now as they were 100 years ago. And the costumes, or whatever you want to call the outfits that we wear, there's a reason for them, and they are part of the tradition of the sport.
If we lose this sport, we lose that touch with our original country and its roots. No one would know, why is there a Thompson Park? Walk on that property. The main building is a barn. Why do we talk about a Haskell Estate, a Huber Woods, what were they? How did that come to be?
It's really not just about fox hunting. It's about that preservation of history and the relationship with all of the different animals and what they teach us. We're all friends, and they love what they do. And if people become isolated from nature and from other animals, we lose a part of ourselves. We need 2 kinds of support. We need financial support. We need people to be involved in the sport on a participation basis. There are so many other aspects of it. There's aspects of it with the hounds and interacting with the hounds, or helping with trails, or helping with our fundraisers.
So one of the things we're looking at to bring other trainers in the area into the sport is saying this can be a business opportunity as well. Bring your students out. It's going to help give them different skills and different experiences, freshen up the horses, get everyone's mind on a good track. But it's also an opportunity to expand your clientele or expand the services that you provide as a trainer. And all of those things will help build, more horsemen in the show ring.
I think if you like the outdoors, if you like animals, okay, and if you like the camaraderie of a diversified group of people, it's certainly something to try. You can have a very fulfilling time with, as I said, with the animals and with the people animals.
paws on the chair. Oh, you're a good boy. Okay, I'm not really. It's too much. Too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I love you too. It's too much.